except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I train in martial arts.
So around the time of this video, two young men were arrested in a hate crime. These were two white guys who attacked a black guy who went to the University of Arizona. Apparently, he was in the business school there, and they felt like he had no business being there. This is one reason why I train in martial arts. You can call me all kinds of is and say I follow whatever kind of ism and try to talk that it's human nature stuff all you want. Yeah, it is human nature. It's in the nature of some humans to literally beat you up for no reason. Now, I do know that there are people, a lot of times when people get beat up, it's for a reason. Not all the time, and apparently not in this instance. So this release is from the Associated Press. It was released on NBC News site. Don't worry, I'm not just going to read to you during this whole video. Tucson, Arizona. Several dozen students at the University of Arizona on Friday protested campus police handling of a physical and racist attack on a black student this week. The protest took place less than an hour after the university announced that the two assailants, who are white, had been arrested and faced a misdemeanor count of assault. Misdemeanor, not felony. Okay, the university president, Robert C. Roberts, is trying to talk this let's just come together stuff and sweep it under the rug. That's what it looks like to me. Quote, we need to come together and let people know without qualification that intolerance and discrimination have no home here. Unless we have a safe environment free from violence, discrimination, and hate, students will not be free to learn and pursue their dreams, Robbins said. Now, why that sounds like sweep under the rug is because he ought to be calling those guys the evil, sadistic criminals that they are and use that kind of language. The African-American student told officers that two young white men called him the N-word and punched him in the head, the report says. The student suffered minor scrapes to his knuckles, right elbow, and knee, according to the police. The report says the officers, after talking to witnesses, found the men, who are students who they suspected attacked the black student. The officer said the men appeared intoxicated, according to the report. One of the men said he was trying to get his friend to stop fighting the African-American student. The men said they couldn't recall much of what happened, the report said. So, this is another thing. These guys could have very well been so stoned and or drunk that they really don't know what happened. And they probably may think that they would never do something like that, but they did. But guess what can help you handle drunk idiots? Martial arts can help you handle drunk idiots with just the right amount of force to keep them off you, but not kill them. But then again, I was told that if it's 2-on-1, this is what they told me when I was young. If it's 2-on-1, that's deadly force, and you can use deadly force back. I know, for I have been jumped. And people are chanting, what do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. So let me see, what does it say? The students were seen on video taunting two agents who had been asked to give a presentation to a criminal justice club on campus. They were then charged with misdemeanors, but the case was dismissed at the request of Pima County prosecutors after several protests by fellow students and faculty. So people want justice. I'm gonna let you listen to most, if not all, of what this young woman is saying.
Just happened recently, I'd like to say it shouldn't have happened, and the way that it's being handled, I find that intolerable. Like, if it were the opposite way around, I'm pretty sure that man would have been arrested the same night. He would have been sent straight to jail with little to no evidence.
Yep.
So I just feel that for this boy that is going through this, the one that was attacked, I'm sorry that happened to you, and I wish that I could take that memory from you and I could make sure that never happened, but it did. And for me, I feel like, I guess this makes you stronger, and like, as everyone loves to say, things happen for a reason.
I wish he had some martial arts training. Now, keep in mind, my personal experience with being jumped was by people of my own color. So even though this was a racial thing, this is not something that is unique to any one or two racial groups of configuration of racial groups. You know what I'm saying?
Think that it's okay to beat us up and to bully us and to just treat us as if we're lower than dirt because of the color of our skin. And that should not be happening. And I demand justice for that boy. I demand justice for that family. I demand. I'm sorry. I demand justice for the whole African American community, because nobody in this life deserves that. Nobody in this world deserves that. I don't care what race you are. No one deserves to be treated the way that boy was treated that night.
And no matter what race you are, you can come sign up for one of my classes and learn how to defend yourself from racists. This is a situation that I say martial arts training was perfect for. They didn't have weapons. They were just a couple of mean drunks who wanted to beat on somebody who was a different color. And as a matter of fact, there are even some techniques that are more effective on drunk people. They're going to be off balance. They would be so much easier to throw because they're probably off balance and already stumbling. Some of the pressure points are going to work that much better on them because alcohol is going to make them more vulnerable. You punch or kick them in the right spot, they might start puking. He might have just been able to hit them both each once in the right spot on his stomach, and they start puking, and then it's over. They puke and he gets away. So if you know you are a member of an oppressed group, instead of just saying I'll just shoot them, because they could get the jump on you and you don't see them in time to get your gun. Or it may not call for a gun. Or you may drop your gun, or your gun may jam. Please invest in a martial arts class, and if you're near me, take it from me. And stay till you get a black belt. Don't get a stripe on your white belt thinking you know everything and leave. That's how I lose a lot of students. They get about a stripe on their white belt, or maybe two. They beat up their bully, then they done. I never see them again. Stay all the way through so we can continue this legacy of martial arts. Because as you can see, bullies are not going away.
And I hope that we can make a change and we can actually do something for the better in this whole community. Otherwise, there will be repercussions and there will be hell to pay for what has happened on Tuesday night. Thank you.
Repercussions, huh? Hades to pay, huh? Well, I'll tell you one thing that does pay. It pays for you to take a martial arts class. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate us for people like to talk about the martial arts. And peace.